Hello. How are we in the todays? On this beautiful goddamn April 27. What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? We have quite the show planned for you. Got some topics of discussion. Busy week. A lot of shit went down. I feel like I'm living in the goddamn Twilight Zone. I need to watch some goddamn Twilight Zone for a dose of reality. You see what I did there? You see what I did? What are we putting right here? What do we put? Coffee table? Maybe a giant metal dildo. You know what I should do? Electrical skateboard in the chat all the time. I should just put a fucking electrical skateboard right here. I'm a fan, you get on, minimal effort, and it just goes. From point A to point B, it just goes. I mean, how can you not be a fan of something like that? That's some shit right there. Are you kidding me right now? Why are we not funding this? Topics of discussion for today. Toronto van attack. I'm going to talk about it only because I live in Toronto. I know where that shit went down. I'm fucking scared to go outside. I'm fucking walking on the sidewalk now, just like, I don't know if a motherfucker's going to head on traffic. Just all it takes is just that little bam, it's over. Don't tell me you haven't had those weird thoughts, those you're driving down the highway, like in the middle of nowhere, not like city highway with the cement barriers and shit. No, that's too nerfed out. That's too bubble wrapped. I'm talking like in the middle of nowhere highway, like the 2 lanes on this side, 2 lanes on this side, or better yet, 1 lane on this side, 1 lane on this side, A little yellow divider with little dots every now and then. Oh, you can pass now. Thanks, yellow line, for telling me I could pass. No problem. I'll make sure to pass before the dotted line runs out and the solid line starts again. I'll make sure nobody's there, nobody's coming. But we've all had those thoughts. You're driving, nobody around, farmland in all direction, or forest, and you see a car coming towards you, far away at first, but it's coming, it's getting closer. You're both doing like 120 or miles, how many miles, like 80 miles an hour, some shit. Whatever you miles people. Just come on, man. You're the last country, America. Just join the rest of the planet. I mean, I think like New Zealand or something. Some no-name country in Africa is also using miles, but like, come on. Like, what are you doing? We'll get into America after. The American Empire. That'll be our. We'll leave you off with some little tickle, little tit for tat, little food for your brain to think about. But for now, we're gonna talk Toronto van attacks. So you see the car coming towards you, getting closer. And then, right when it's about to pass, right when you guys are about to pass each other, those thoughts come into your head. You're just like, ooh, it would be so easy to just end it all right now. Just click that seatbelt, take it off, Oh, that's it. You exist, you don't exist. That's how easy it is. Just a little twitch. Just a little twitch. It's that easy. And if you haven't had those thoughts, then you probably should think about what the other person's thinking, because he's probably having those thoughts too. Or she, whoever's driving. Nah? You never think like, oh shit, what if that person just decides, you know, right before they fucking pass you, go in that opposite direction. What if they hopped up on Adderall or some shit, you know? What if they just decide, you know? Bam, it's over. You exist, now you don't. Huh? It'll be easy too. Like, you won't feel any pain. You'll just instantly gone. You'll black out from the impact, so you lose consciousness right away. And then whatever happens to your body after, you're not gonna be awake for it. So you probably bleed out or die from internal injuries, or I don't know. Head-on collision, even with the seatbelt on, man, that shit will break every bone in your chest. Ribs will probably go into your heart, penetrate some lung. You're gonna be. The seatbelt's not gonna save you from a head-on collision, huh? It'll keep you in the car so they can identify your body, instead of you flying out the windshield 500 meters down that way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe a piece of metal will come through your face or something. I don't know. Anything can happen. Chances are, head-on collision, probably not going to survive. Especially if you're going 120. Buddy's going 120. You combine that shit, that's 240. A head-on collision at 240 kilometers an hour. However many fucking miles that is, it's double 80. It's 160 miles an hour head-on collision. You're not gonna survive that shit. Not with a fucking seatbelt. You're gonna need like that shit from what is it? Even if you have like that shit from Judge Dredd? No, that's not Judge Dredd. What's the Stallone movie? What's the Stallone movie with the seashells? Anyway, you know how the car, when they get into accidents, the car fills up with foam and like hardens and protects you? Even if you do that, just the sheer like stoppage, the sheer instant stoppage of going essentially 160 miles an hour to zero instantly, your brain is going to move around inside your skull. The G-force is just gonna fuck you so hard. It's gonna smash against the front of your skull, and it's gonna liquefy. Alright? Nothing's gonna save you from that shit. Huh? Doesn't matter if you're in a car or an airplane, anything where you're going that fast and then you just instantly stop, you're done. You're done. All your organs are gonna go forward and just liquefy. It'll probably actually be, I don't know. I'd have to do some research. It might be safer to just not use the seatbelt and launch yourself out the front windshield. Yeah, you'll take some damage to your body, but you'll keep going. All right. You'll land on the road. You'll slide for a little bit. You'll get crazy, road burn and shit. Break a bunch of bones, but you might survive. You might be like an amputee and shit. You might be fucked up for the rest of your life, but you might survive. Whereas if you're just in the car, jacked in, and you go from 160 miles an hour to zero instantly, you're done. Your entire insides will just liquefy. Your brain will be, your eyes will pop out, or they'll squish, and your brain will be trying to come out the front of your face. That's how that shit. Jesus. Anyway, so you gotta wonder, if you're not having those thoughts, is Buddy having those thoughts? The guy who's coming towards you, because that shit is scary as fuck, especially these days with everybody's just jacked up on God knows what, Adderall, fucking cocaine, fentanyl. Not to mention everybody's underslept. They're tired as fuck. Lights everywhere. Huh? You don't know you're underslept, but you're underslept. You can't fucking make that judgment on yourself. Why is everybody drinking coffee? Why do you need coffee? Huh? I drink coffee. I'm underslept. I'm not above this shit. Huh? Do I have a light bulb in my house? Yes, I do. I'm underslept. How many people anywhere that have like access to electricity, how many people actually turn all their electronics off, including all their lights, as soon as the sun sets and go to bed? No one fucking does that. Huh? As soon as it gets dark outside, you fucking turn the lights on. Guess what? You're underslept. Because if you didn't do that shit, you'd get tired and go to bed. Like we used to when we were chucking spears at shit. And gathering berries and whatever the fuck we were doing, huh? Building huts and sitting around a campfire. How many people wake up while it's still dark in the morning? No one. People sleep the fuck in. Everybody needs an alarm clock just to wake up. What's going on here? Barely getting 6 hours of sleep. People these days go, I gotta go to work. I gotta drop the kids off. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta run errands. Huh? So you gotta wonder, the buddy's coming towards you 120 miles an hour. Cedar, what's going on? In the chat. Oh, this guy knows. Cedar knows. Oh yeah. I made it a little too obvious. The other one was a little too difficult. But the whole point is not to confuse people. It's to educate people. And I'll explain at the end why I picked this person for this particular show. But anyway, back to what I was saying. You're going 120 this way. Buddy's coming 120 this way. Nothing gonna save you. If you're not thinking it would be so easy. So if you're not thinking that, because I've thought that a couple times. Believe me, everybody I talk to, I'm like, you can't tell me you haven't at least thought about it. Like, you're not going to do it. Self-preservation always wins. But you're not going to... You'd be like, maybe you had a shitty day at work, right? Maybe you just got fired. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some shit went down. Maybe like 3 of your friends just died in a van attack in Toronto. And you're driving down, you're just going in the middle of nowhere, little lane going this way, little yellow divider, little lane going this way. You see that car, you'd be like, ooh, it'd be so easy. I've had those thoughts. I'm just saying, I never acted on them. Obviously, I'm still here. But if you haven't had those thoughts, you can't guarantee that the fucking other guy on the other side in that car coming towards you can't guarantee he's not having those thoughts. Huh? So now you're all paranoid, because I'm paranoid. Because I've had those thoughts, I am now paranoid that other people are constantly. How many people do you pass? Like, say you go 100 miles from point A to point B. How many cars are you going to pass on that road? More than one, that's for sure. 10, 20, 100? Let's say you average 2 cars a mile. Or even 1 car a mile. Huh? That's 100 cars. You can guarantee, bet your ass on it, that at least one of those fuckers, as they're coming towards you and passing you, they're thinking about that shit. Oh, it'd be so easy. It'd be so fucking easy. Especially if they're jacked up or tired or depressed or some shit just went down. People these days are fucked up, huh? And they're coming towards you. You better believe at least one of those fuckers is thinking, geez, it would be so easy to just... And bam. You were there, now you're gone. That shit is crazy. We got on this tangent because of the Toronto van attack. Huh? This fucker mowed down 10 people, if not more. 10 died because he couldn't get pussy. He was angry because he couldn't get pussy. Well, I mean, I'm sorry. It's a tragedy, but that is the stupidest fucking reason. Like that's so stupid that it's funny. The reason is funny. What happened is not funny, but like, can you imagine how like you lose your grandma, you're sad. Can you imagine like you're in a bad place? Oh, my grandma died. Go to funeral, cry a little bit, wear those sunglasses, nobody can see your eyes. Come back, mourn a little bit. You're in a dark place. Can you imagine how dark of a fucking place this guy could have been? Or was, or whatever. He's not getting pussy for years. Maybe his whole life. I don't know. And he's just slowly degrading. Just getting worse and worse and worse. How dark of a fucking place must he have been? To just be like, hey, I'm driving down Yonge Street. People everywhere. If you don't know Yonge Street's like imagine the busiest fucking street in the closest metropolitan area that you are located to. So unless you live in a busy city, but if you live like on the outskirts of somewhere, imagine the closest major city to you. Picture the fucking busiest street in that city. People everywhere. Even in the middle of the night, there's fucking people everywhere. Like that's Yonge Street in Toronto. This fucker just goes, rents a van, and it's just like, all right, let's do it. He's driving down, floors that goddamn gas pedal, and goes, Hut! Mow down 3 people. Let's keep going. Hut! Mow down another 2. Hut! Mow down another 2. Hut! Hit a I don't know, sign. Oh, missed. Hut! Another couple more. It's like, what are you doing? Huh? And he wanted to die. It's like, dude, if you want to die, just floor that shit into a brick wall. Like, what are you doing? Huh? Easy. He wants to get shot by cops. Do you have any idea how painful it is to get shot? You don't want to fucking get shot by cops. Because it's not instant. You get pounded full of bullets, got a bunch of holes in your chest, or wherever the fuck they shoot you. And then you just lay there and you bleed out in unimaginable pain. 1 bullet hurts. Cops aren't going to stop at 1 bullet. Huh? They're going to take you down. They're going to make fucking Swiss cheese out of your ass. You're going to be sitting there, you're going to be suffering unimaginably as you bleed out. And the kicker is they're going to run over to you as soon as you go down, and they're going to try to keep you alive to the best of their ability. So not only are you going to suffer, but if they succeed in keeping you alive, you're going to suffer even longer. Even if you eventually bleed out and die before the ambulance gets there, that's still like a solid 5-10 minutes of unimaginable suffering. If you really want to take yourself out, take that fucking seatbelt off, floor the gas pedal, and go straight into a brick wall. Instant. You're here, bam, you're not. You're here, bam, you're not. Huh? These people fucking hanging themselves, cutting their wrists and shit, trying to what are you trying to make a statement? Do you have any idea how painful that shit is? Huh? You trying to be artsy, you trying to be all emo and shit? No, if you want to die, you do it the right way. Huh? You go fucking rent a car, and you floor that shit as fast as it possibly goes, straight into a brick wall. That's it. But no, this guy, I'm gonna mow some people down. I'm angry at the planet because nobody wants to fuck me. And it's interesting because this guy, what's the term? Voluntary celibate or some shit like that. Which is essentially a term where it's good-looking guys who should be getting pussy aren't getting pussy. Did you ever think maybe something wrong with your attitude there, buddy? Huh? Little something wrong with your approach to life there. Maybe you should work on yourself a little bit. Good-looking guy. I mean, I saw pictures of him. He's not ugly. If I was a girl and he was a nice guy, I'd date him. You know? I'd give him a chance. It's not like he's all deformed and shit, right? Normal looking guy. He looks like It looks like he's able to. Well, he's able to afford a fucking rental van, so he's probably got a good job, making pretty good money. Huh? Easy. Easy. You just 120. 160. If you can get 160, it's even better. Instant. You're gone. Huh? So yeah, now every time I go outside for a walk, I'm fucking paranoid of that shit. I'm walking on the sidewalk and I'm not on farmland. I'm not in the middle of nowhere. I'm like in the suburbs of Toronto, right? Still busy everywhere. There's cars everywhere. It's fucking driving this shit, and especially if I see a shit car where like somebody doesn't give a fuck, or a rental car. It's even worse now. If I see a rental car, oh my goodness, or a van, a U-Haul truck, or some shit, Ryder, Hertz. These are all rental companies over here in Canada. I don't know if this applies to outside of Canada. I see any of these fucking things coming towards me. Even if I'm like, okay, so I've changed my walking patterns now. Now I walk head on. I walk on the side of the street where the traffic's coming towards me, because I want to see what the fuck's coming. I don't want to be walking on the correct side where the traffic's coming up behind me and passing me, because I can't see that shit coming. I'm fucking paranoid as fuck now. Every time I go outside, get a little bit of vitamin D. A little bit of sunshine, a little bit of exercise, dare I say, the forbidden fruit of walking. Nobody fucking walks anymore, huh? All you see these days are old people walking, huh? Guess what? They're old. You'll never be as smart as them until you're their age. Doesn't matter. They've been around longer. End of story. They know something you don't. What do they know? That they're walking, huh? Moving around. Maybe it took them 20 years to learn it. Maybe it took them 80 years to learn it. But eventually, somehow they learned it, because they're old as fuck and they're still not dead. What are they doing? They're walking around, huh? Maybe you should be walking around, so you don't fucking die at 40 from a heart attack. Well, do more than just walk around, but you get what I'm saying, huh? People just sit in front of their computers all day, watching TV, staring at a screen after the lights go out outside, keeping themselves awake so that they get less sleep than they're supposed to, and they're tired as fuck every day, huh? Walking down the street, that shit is in my head all the time now after this shit. Like, it happens in Europe all the time. You read it on the news like, it's Europe, it's never gonna happen here, and then that shit happens here. Right down the street. Shit gets real. So now you're walking around outside and you're wondering, every car that passes, oh shit, is this guy fucking voluntarily celibate? Is he gonna fucking mow me down? And not by the time you have that thought of that one car that you point out in the vast expanse of cars that are passing you every goddamn second, it could have been 5 other cars that take you out after you finish having that thought. It could have been 10 other cars by the time you realize that it was 5 other cars. It's exponentially insane how much risk there is. But self-preservation seems to be pretty good driver, well, pretty good driver. Let's just leave it at that. Self-preservation. I can't wait for goddamn automatic, whatever, artificial intelligence cars, because like, even if a fucker goes crazy and like tries to swerve into you, that shit will stop them. I cannot fucking wait for that, huh? But we can't forget the logic of today, because in 2018 the logic of today is, oh, somebody mowed down a bunch of people with a car, let's ban all cars. How about we do that, huh? Cars are the enemy. We can't have people getting mowed down by cars. Allow us to protest, sign petitions, pass laws, to ban all cars. It's goddamn cars' fault. If cars didn't exist, those people wouldn't have got mowed down. They'd still be alive if cars didn't exist. That's the logic of the gun debate. That's the logic. That's how they're fighting it. Yeah. Oh, somebody got shot. The point something percent of crazy fuckers that somehow get their hands on guns go out and shoot people. So now we have to ban all guns. What about the 99.9% of people out there who own guns and don't fucking shoot anybody? Huh? We still gonna ban all guns? What's going on? Stick that in your pipe and smoke it, gun fuckers. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't even own a gun. I don't own a gun. I don't give a fuck about owning guns. I got other shit. I don't need guns. Anyway, let's take it a step further. Oh, people got assaulted. Oh, actually, hold on. Wait, Cedar, you live in fucking England. They're banning all knives, aren't they? People getting stabbed. All of a sudden, we got ban all knives. No more knives. Good luck, restaurants. No more knives. Good luck chopping your food. You go to a restaurant, you order some chicken. They just get a fucking plop a whole goddamn chicken right on your goddamn plate, filled with guts and everything. They didn't even gut that shit. Full of shit and like whatever the fuck chickens have on the inside of them. Half digested bugs and shit, whatever the fuck they eat. What the fuck is this? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We ban knives. No more knives. So here's your chicken. Here's your fucking full head of lettuce. Enjoy. No more knives in England. Ban all the knives. But anyway, on a more serious note, very sad. Very sad that we've come to this crossroads where like okay, I understand the Europe and like the attacks and the bombings of the train stations and people, terrorists and ideology. Okay, I get it. I don't agree with it, but I understand where they're coming from. It's like, okay, you believe a certain ideology, you're now taken from your community, plopped into a very foreign environment. Everybody around you does not believe what the fuck you believe. You go a little crazy, you get some ideas, you bomb some places, right? Like, I get where these people are coming from. I understand the triggers and mechanisms in the mind that lead you to go from point A to point B to make these kinds of rational or radical decisions. So when I see somebody like, oh, radical terrorism, van blowed up, killed a bunch of people, I'm not happy to see that. But I understand, like, the reason why they did it. It's not a very logical reason, but I understand. This one, it's like, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard about this shit, which the day it happened, I didn't even know. I was too busy like working and streaming and doing work for the stream and shit. I didn't find out until that night. Somebody told me, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, like somebody just mowed down a bunch of people on Young Street. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna lie. The first thing that I thought was like, it's probably a terrorist attack. I don't know. That's just like my default these days, because this shit's everywhere. It's rampant. It's rampant. The second thing that popped into my mind as soon as that thought finished was, oh, it's probably somebody jacked up on like drugs or antidepressants or Adderall or psych meds, because that is literally after terrorists bombings or whatever. That's the closest thing to that kind of shit. Like all these school shootings and all that shit and Vegas shooting and all that. That was all like people just fucked up on drugs, psych drugs. But that's a topic for a different day. So that's the second thing that popped into my head. So I was like, okay, that shit's hit Canada now. I called that shit. 2 years ago when Trudeau allowed like what it was like 500,000 or whatever people over, like refugees trying to escape persecution. I'm like, all right. I mean, you're letting these people over. I'm sure they're all nice people, but let's just break something down right now. Simple math. Out of 100 people, you put 100 people in a room, random people. What are the chances that one of those people is going to be a complete fucking moron? Doesn't matter who they are. Doesn't matter what race they are. Doesn't matter what they believe. What are the chances that is at least one is just going to be a complete fucking idiot? You let 500,000 people in. What are the chances that at least one of them, if not two, what's 1 out of 100? 5,000? Let's divide 500,000 by 100. What is that? 5,000? Something like that. 5,000 fucking complete morons, that are now surrounded, like they're in a foreign environment. It's a shock to the system. You have to understand. It's a complete fucking mental breakdown. You're going from one place that you're used to living in to a completely new, different foreign environment. Body defenses go up. You're always on alert. You're just fucked beyond belief. Everywhere you go, people are looking at you, and like just because of the way you look, people are prejudging you. They're just everywhere you go. You go shopping. You go to McDonald's to pick up a burger. Whatever. It doesn't matter where you go. That shit's gonna get you, especially if you're a complete fucking moron with no self-control. And the chances of a couple complete fucking morons with no self-control being among 500,000 group are pretty goddamn high. So I called that shit like 2 years ago. I'm like, I get it. I get what you're doing. You're trying to help these people out, but you also have to consider like your own fucking citizens. Like, what are the chances that at least one of these people has like no self-control, is a complete idiot, very easily influenced, very uneducated? Like, what are the chances? I'm guessing out of 500,000 people, they're not all going to be superstars. So that's the first thing that popped in my head. I was like, oh, well, there it is. I called that shit. Called it 2 years ago. And then I learned. So the point is, I understand what leads people to do that and why they do it. Then I find out this guy did it because he wasn't getting pussy, and that just like my one eye went this way and another eye went this way, and I was just like, I couldn't. My head, I blew a fuse in my brain because I was like, let me clean my ear out. Did I hear that correctly? Let me take my glasses off. Let me fucking clean these glasses. Wash my eyes out a little bit. Put these fuckers back on. Did I read that correctly? So then I back out. I check another source. Watch some videos. Apparently, he wasn't getting pussy. So he decides to mow a bunch of people down. At that point, I was like, okay. I mean, I can't wrap my head around that. Like, I simply don't understand. I understand bullying. I understand, I actually don't even understand bullying. I was bullied when I was a kid. I didn't shoot up a school. I was bullied like a motherfucker. I was this scrawny little toothpick. Always moving around. My parents, I must have gone to 4 different schools by the time I was 10 years old. The new kid in school always gets fucking picked on. I had to learn how to fight very, very quickly. Learn to defend myself. I was in the principal's office every fucking day for fighting. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm defending myself. Get out of here. Get away from me. Buddy's bullying me. I'm not going to take that shit. That's just me. Some kids get bullied relentlessly. They don't shoot up schools. They don't fucking mow people down. This guy just did it because he wasn't getting pussy. It's like, dude, you make so much money. You have a good job, you look good. Get a fucking prostitute. There's pussy everywhere. You have access to the internet. Like, there's girls out there that will literally throw themselves at you just for some dick. You don't even have to pay them. You can feed them or something. I don't know. Give them a home. Import them from somewhere. There's so many options instead of mowing people down. And guess what? You mowed down. There's at least, I know, 2 or 3 females among those people that were mowed down. So it's like, guess what? You just removed some potential pussy you could have gotten. But what if one of the people that you killed was some pussy that you could have gotten in the future? Huh? And that's a terrible thing to say, but just think of it logically. Like, you're just removing the pussy from the planet. The option for pussy. It's just the most retarded reason to do that shit for. Like I can understand if the reason was, I can even understand if the reason was, oh, I'm addicted to Twinkies and I can't get no more fucking Twinkies because Twinkies are banned. I'm gonna go mow down a bunch of people on Yonge Street because fuck you, I want my Twinkies and I'm gonna make a statement. I could see that being, like, okay, he's addicted to Twinkies, he's got a shortage of Twinkies, so his body chemistry is gonna be all fucked up because his body's craving Twinkies. It's gonna fuck with his head because that's all chemistry. Everything you think, everything you do, every thought that passes through your head is just chemistry. It's all affected by what you put in. That's all it is. All of a sudden you start depriving your system of fucking Twinkies, you're gonna have major crashes in blood sugar and whatever your body's used to, and just absolute fucking chaos going on. I could see him going, okay, making some questionable decisions. Oh, let's go rent the van, let's go mow some people down because I don't have my Twinkies. I could see that, but it's like, I'm not getting pussy. I'm gonna go rent the van, I'm gonna mow some people down because I'm not getting pussy. What's going on here? Like, there's nothing detrimental that happens to your body if you don't get pussy. There's probably actually benefits. Like, isn't there like that whole tantric thing where like you don't excrete and therefore you have more energy. There's a whole belief system behind it. So it's like, if it's anything, it's probably a positive thing that you're not getting pussy. So there's definitely nothing wrong with his body from not getting pussy. There's probably other shit going on. It's definitely not, I'm not getting pussy, so fuck the world. Like, there's got to be some sort of mental disorder or something. Like, because if he was just a normal dude not getting pussy, he's not going to be mowing people down. Huh? It'd be interesting to know, like, the kind of shit that this guy was, like, watching. Or like ideologies that he was following. Like, who influenced this fucker? Because, like, everybody starts the same. Everybody starts pop out of their mother's flesh prison and they start with a clean slate. So it would be interesting to see, like, what influenced this person and what molded him into this very successful, relatively good-looking psycho that fucking mows people down because he's not getting pussy. Every single guy from the age of like 10 to, I don't know, let's go, if you're lucky, 14, 13, and if you're very unlucky, maybe 17 to 20, and if you're extremely unlucky, somewhere in your mid-20s. So there's that range there of anywhere between like 5 to 15 years of no pussy. Every guy goes through that shit. Every single guy at one point in their life has sat there as a young little pup going, fuck, I'm never gonna get pussy. Everybody else around me is getting pussy. I'm never gonna get pussy. This is fucking crazy. It's so unfair. How am I gonna get pussy? That's all you think about as a teenager. It's like, holy shit, I'm not getting pussy. My parents say I can't get pussy. I'm not allowed to get pussy. Everybody's saying no pussy. How many times am I gonna say pussy in this entire fucking episode? I don't know. But it's justified for the purposes of this crime. Every guy goes through that. How many guys mow people down with a goddamn rental truck because they don't get pussy? As of a couple days ago, just one. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like I said, I mean, I'm not a fan of what happened, but usually when I try to like assess a situation, I want to understand like what happened. What are you doing? And unfortunately, I hope this guy writes a book or something, like while he's in jail, just explaining his thought process, like why he did it. Or hopefully they like hack into his Facebook or some shit. Like I don't know. Like give me some information, because it's not fitting together. Something's missing. Something's missing. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, okay, you have a rental van, you have a bunch of people, you mow them down because you didn't get pussy. There's these three things, but they don't connect. Something's missing. Something's missing, and I hope that we find out. And I'll be satisfied if it's something as simple as he has a mental disorder, or he was on drugs, or he was abusing pain pills. I don't know. That would make sense to me. But simply because he wasn't getting pussy, that's just like, I don't know. If that's literally the only reason, then we live in a scary fucking time. Because you better believe he's not going to be the first one. There's an entire goddamn Reddit thread of like hundreds of thousands of people that are part of this voluntary celibate group. And that's just people on Reddit. There's probably way more of them out there. So, are we looking at another like terrorist group here? What's going on here? Voluntary celibate group is now like the new thing that we have to watch out for. Dudes mowing people down because they're not getting pussy. Like what is the end goal? Are you hoping that by mowing people down, that women are gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna voluntarily give my pussy up because I don't want to get mowed down by a random? Like, what's the statement you're trying to make? Other than you're a complete fucking idiot that's easily influenced by any stupid little shit that comes along. Clearly he wasn't, like, this is the other thing that doesn't make sense. Like, clearly he wasn't an idiot. He had a good job. He was making decent money. Like, if you're an idiot, you'd be working cleaning toilets or something. Like, you wouldn't be able to get a good job. You wouldn't be able to get an education. This guy got an education. He went to college. He graduated. So he's not stupid. So that's the other thing that doesn't fit. Like, I don't know. Maybe it was like a midlife disease that set in, or like a tumor, brain tumor. It could have been brain tumor. I don't know. Hopefully his I don't know. I don't know. Cedar, how you guys doing over there with your knife ban? That's it for this rant. We've been going for 43 minutes. We still got two more things to cover, and they're way more important, or not more important, but more. I have more things to say about. Actually, probably not the second one. The second one might go quickly, but the American Empire. Ooh, fuck you. It's gonna fuck you in the ass. But before we get in to those topics, we're gonna take a short break. Before we take that break, right before we take that break, we're gonna drop a little hint on guess who, huh? I'm gonna drop probably a hint that's gonna. Nah, I won't give it away. He's an atheist. Cedar already knows who it is, so Cedar's gonna be like, dude, that's too much of a hint. It's not too much of a hint. Lots of atheists out there. I already know what my second hint's gonna be, but we'll wait for that after the end of part 2. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.